Hello, good evening, guys. Good evening. If you can hear me, kindly let me know where you're watching from. This is Counsellor. Welcome to Money Talk with Counsellor. I want you to relax and be sure to learn the reasons why we're here. That is to analyze the market as we saw it on Monday, and then the topic of the day. Like I said, I'll be talking about the tariff that the Nigerian government is trying to put on traders. Once you're making money in Nigeria, you're in Nigeria, anything you're doing, you're going to be taxed. So, Mujib, thank you for joining us live today from Ogun State. Thank you for coming on the live. I can hear you. Thank you very, 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 very much. So, without further ado, we'll get straight into the business of the day. So, as you know, if you join us on Monday, you know that we did an analysis on literally the pairs that I trade, the gold, the GBP USD, the BTCs, and finally the USDJPY that Timmy has made me to kind of start like in the pair. So Timmy is here from Lagos. Thank you for joining us as always. So from the get-go, I'm going to be using the watch list as it is here already. First off, we'll start with the GBP JPY. The GBP JPY. First off, if you know, according to the pair last week, sorry, on Monday, it's not even last week already, it's just here. On Monday, we talked about how this guy has been kind of ranging for a while in the sense that he's just giving like same old. But then on was it on Wednesday or so, I've been trading. I started trading Asia session this this week because I'm a bit under the weather, so I now use my time of not sleeping. Maybe they call them insomnia, and I use my insomnia hours to analyze some pairs and drop it at the time when everybody's sleeping around 12, 1, 2, 3, and all. So I saw a lot of setups. We missed some, we got some, and all that. So for this one, I clearly said that we are bearish. And I said it that Monday that once this guy breaks this one here, that we are bearish. And I saw a setup that I dropped here on Monday. But I said that you cannot just sell immediately because price might come back to this up. And guess what? Price came back to that up. So if you were live on Monday, you know that this sell was probably called. And I predicted that the price will get down to this place. So that was for what? For Monday. On Monday again, I saw this buy inside this place, but I took it alone. I guess my friends also dropped the setup. I think it was missed or something from his own broker at Daily. So this one here was gotten on Tuesday, and that was it. On Wednesday, around 11 p.m., we saw this one in the night, and I called it the sell. I called the sell from 1 hour time frame using simple um, key levels. Once price takes this one out, obviously it's trying to come back and then dump. That's why I called it from. But then first some people jumped in onto it. Price have already retraced back to this point. So people that enter the trade from this point or to this point will make a good money because when price started ranging, if you check this, you see that price is just doing somehow. It's not going like normal price, it's just doing like this. Do you know how crazy this price action is? But then finally today, the TP was hit, and that was for GJ. So for the second one, we have this guy on BTC, and it is crazy because I clearly said it that BTC has been doing what I don't understand, but I want it to come back to this up and then dump, or take out to this up and then keep going up. So what happened on that Monday? It came back and dumped. So obviously it's going to be a sell. But apparently yesterday I saw a buy structure that was here, and I clearly said it. This is a low probability setup, in the sense that this guy hasn't shown the direction that he's going. He never showed whether he won't sell or he won't buy. But for the fact that he took out this high, I'm like, if he come back here again, I will buy. But then it ended a break-even trade because I even told them to close the trade and allow it, because it's a Friday already and I don't trade on Fridays. And today is also CPI. So you don't have to be in the market doing anything. So for now, I think I'll gently and unapologetically delete BTC from my watch list. Why is that? My reason being that if you're a prop firm trader, you know that BTC has been a weapon fashioned against traders. It has been a weapon fashioned against traders, in the sense that if you are using a 100K account, you cannot even risk properly on this account because of what? They will tell you that the margin is too much. The margin this, margin that. It is crazy. So as a trader, it's not something you should be doing. So now, what do you now do? Avoid it, like I just did. So now, on GBP USD, this guy has been ranging for a while, but I saw this setup alone, but is a low probability setup. Why did I say that? Because this guy is obviously bearish, but for the fact that he took out this high and then he's coming back again, I'm like, this guy will buy from here. But I didn't drop it in my signal group. I just took it alone because I didn't really trust the setup. But guess what? It played out pretty nice, because that day on Monday, I called a sell, a buy on GBP USD, saying that if it takes out this high and comes back, you can buy. So, but that day, we didn't see any setup to take. But this one happened on Thursday. So, it's a valid buy. I didn't even put my SL down here. My SL was somewhere here. So, it's clear, it's a crazy RR, almost 7.5. But one of my students put his own somewhere here. That is still a decent 1:3. So, that was for this guy. So on Monday, the only trade that we called, that we saw that same day, was on gold and then GBP USD. And that particular trade we saw on gold was a very, very solid trade. This was the trade we saw on Monday. On Monday, this was the trade. I clearly said that this guy will buy from here, and then my take profit will just be 3R. And on that Tuesday morning, I think it's that same Monday. Yes, that same Monday in the night before 4 TP has been hit, and that was it for the Monday. So if you join the Monday live, this trade, you have been taking the trade. Though I said something that is very, very bad, which I did. Break evens. Break even is something that was sent by Satan. It's demonic. Don't do it. Why do I say that? This trade was a good trade and it was going well that morning. And I'm like, this is London session and it's Monday. I don't like trading Mondays, and the price candles have not closed properly, and then the gaps that Sunday and the weekend left is not something good for you to joke around with. So I want to be on a very, very conservative way, in the sense that people that I gave the setup are trading with real life money. So I was emotional about it, and I told them to break even when price took out this high. Immediately price took out this high, I told them to break even. And that was the worst mistake I made that Monday, because once they broke even, price came back, took out the break even and went straight to TP. So break even is something that is demonic. You're a trader, you shouldn't be doing that. Why did I say you shouldn't be doing that? Because you said, I saw this buy setup, I liked it, it met my plan, and I want to risk $1,000. Why will you now say it has moved? Let me now close it. It means that the risk that you said you want to risk, you didn't actually risk that money. You're still attached to that money, because if you're no longer attached to the money, you shouldn't be breaking even anyhow. I mean, this is 1:3 risk to reward. So you should at least leave your trade to hit at least 1:3 risk to reward. If you must break even, your trade should be at least hit 1:3. Why? If it's 1:3, you cannot take partial of 2 and now break even. Imagine you're going for 1:5, meaning people that trade like this saying that once price hits here, it will take out this guy. And then this is 1:what? 1:4. And then price comes back and takes you out. So you've lost everything. But 1:3 is very realistic, so that take that 3 and then you can break even. Anything happen, you don't really care. But 1:3 is very realistic for a beginner trader. Yes, 1:10 makes sense, 1:50 makes sense, but 1:3 is decent. So from that, we got our Monday setup correct, and we got a decent 1:3. That is 3%. And then from then, gold started doing something that I call crazy moves. He came back from this breaker and then triggered from here. We took this one on Tuesday, but it sniped us out. That is my friend Adele, and then went our way. But I took the second one, and I'm still holding this trade till now. What are we waiting for? On Monday, we are still buying. We are going for an all-time high. We are going for what? An all-time high for gold. So obviously, this one has been taken. This one is already taken. Before market closes, this one has already been taken. And then we are gunning for what? For this guy. So on Monday, we're still looking for a proper buy in the market. So for the final one, which is USD JPY. USD JPY. On Monday, I called this buy. On Monday, I called this buy. I said it's going to buy, but it's not going to get to this high because of what? Simple gap. This is the gap that I created from here to here. So you don't expect the market to fill all the gaps. I said it will fill at least 50% of this gap that was left. And if you watch very well, it has been filled. This is 50% that has been filled. So you can't say it's going to be continue bullish. No, that is why my take profit is decent 1:3. But good, I say GBP USD JPY has its own plan. That is why it did not trigger, and it went straight to our take profit. And then after that, this was now taking a loan from the people inside the group. That is where this one was called. This sales is simple. It's gotten from key levels. How do you do key levels? Like I said, this is not a mentorship, but Jesus Christ, this was to the T. This was to the T. The key levels is simple. Once price is, let me just use this diagram. Once price comes back and breaks a level, and then as it's coming back for that point, you're now gunning for the candle close of that level. It cannot make sense using the line diagram. It just makes sense using the chart. So this guy now, let me use this. This guy is bearish, came down here, and then went up and then broke this guy. So as he broke this guy, the body of the other one, this candle, you're seeing it, they are identical, like they are the same level. They are the same level. Are you seeing it? That's why it's called key level. They are the same level. So now what are you going to do? For the fact that this guy have broken this guy and then left something here for you to take, what are you doing? You're now putting your limit order on this place. And then your SL is like slightly above this guy. And then boom, that's it. Price came back, tapped on it, sniped, and then went down. You're not saying, you're not going down to the extreme low, which is this low here. You're not greedy. You are a trader. Be realistic. You are not greedy. You are a trader. Be what? Be realistic. If you can hear me clearly, Give me 111 on the chat. If you are following me clearly, give me 111 on the chat. This is something that I don't even teach my students. So you should take it seriously. This is different course altogether. It's called key levels. So as you can see now, this guy has already taken out this high and then came down, broke structure again. It came down to do what? Break structure again. The same thing again. Are you seeing that I did not put my entry on top of here? I put my entry on the same key level that was created. On the same key level that was created. What's the key level? When you see body of a candle closing in the same line. When you see a body of a candle closing in the same line, I did not say the week. Oh, are you seeing it? I did not say the week. Closing on the same line. That is where you take your entry from. You can see it's too much. Look, this is it here. Your entry will now be somewhere here. What did I do? This week is too much to cover. I'll now bring my gambus. 50% of that week. That's what you will take. 50% of that week. That is what you will take. What did I do? This is it. My limit 50%, and then I remove it. Set my limit, and then I go my way. Simple. Price came back, tapped it, and then dumped. The same thing, 1:5R. This strategy can give you a decent 1:5R. Decent 1:5. I'm not telling you, it has been back tested. Look at it, 1:5, 1:5. And what again? It broke structure again. And then look at it again. I did not say I'm taking this from here or whatever. The same candle again. The same line. The same line. The same line. Look at it. Not this one anymore. This one is already out. This one is already out. And then this one again. The same line. This is the line. Let me draw this one so you can see. This is the line. Are you seeing this line? They are the same line. They are the same level. That is why it's called key levels. That's why it's called key level. It's not hard. Just go back and backtest it. It's key levels. So what do? From that key levels, you mark it out again. You mark it out again. And do what? Set your limits and go to bed. Guess what? I set my limit and I left it. Price did what? Today, price came back, tapped on it, and is dumping down. So it is the reason why this is not ETP is why. What is the reason? This is where the what? This is where the body of the candle closed. So are you seeing that the wicks inside this place doesn't really make sense? We are working with only what? The bodies of the candle. So being realistic, today is Friday. My TP will be on this the low of that candle. So that is how I got my trades for the week. So thank you very much for the analysis with me for this week. And then from next week again, Monday, we'll analyze the price for the week. And then on Friday, we will dissect it like this. So the main juice for tonight is, if you're on the news, you know that trading is about price movement. Crypto is kind of abstract, yeah, but it also plays in the general scheme of things, meaning in the real life, it also plays. Why do I say this? First, we are facing economic issues in Nigerian economy and stuff and all that. But right now, it is coming home. Right now, it is coming home. Tinubu wants to be taxing everybody. Once you're breathing in Nigeria, you should be making money. It's no longer toll gates. It's no longer people that have business. It's no longer banks. It's no longer billionaires. The thing is coming down to even you and I that don't have too much of the money to throw around. They called it what? Personal income tax. They called it what? Personal income tax. If you recall, okay, let me calm down a little bit. You guys are following like crazy. It is very, very crazy. So first off, thank you, Adetoro. I'll just put you guys up. Adetoro, you're already up. Timmy, you're there always. Shedrack, you're there always. This Mujie Craft, I'm seeing you for the very first time from Ogun State. Thank you for joining us. Mohammed Yusuf, yeah, your name rings a, I think it's Sugar, right? Yes, I think. And then Tochuku Wisdom, you're joining us for the very first time. Thank you for joining. So let's get back to the business. It is called what? Personal income tax. Personal income tax. So what is this? This means that, are you working? Are you jobless? Are you praying to God to miracle for to happen? Are you bombing your uncle that is in the UK, telling him to give you money, doing this, anything you are doing to get money? Once that money hits your Naira account, the government takes a part. They don't care where the money came from. They don't really give a fuck of anything about it. Once the money is passing your Nigerian account, at the month end, they will collect their own share. What does this mean? This means that as it is now, you are now a middleman for Nigeria. Any money will enter your account, you collect their own. So what do you now do to evade this thing as a trader? What do you do? Remember, the government first off, they came for what? They came for cryptos. They banned crypto. Even Binance has been banned. You cannot see Naira in Binance again. And then thank God for Bybit. But Bybit is now the den of thieves. Bybit is now the den of thieves. What do I mean by den of thieves? If you go to Bybit, they will not be telling you that you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. If you check Bybit, you'll be seeing that a lot of people are on that Bybit to scam other people. So it is really, really crazy. It is really, really crazy. So what do you now do? They have something that is called P2Ps. That is the den of all those scams. If you go to Twitter and type Bybit scam, you see a lot of people complaining. I sold my coin, they didn't pay me, and then they say the transaction is completed. And then, because Bybit is supposed to be an escrow between you and the client. I want to buy $100, and I send $100 to Adetoro, or let me use Timmy. I send $100 to, let me just use a simple, okay, let me use this guy, and then this guy. Why is it too much? So this is me, and this is Adetoro. And guess what? This is Bybit. So now I want to buy $100 in P2P. This is me. I want to buy $100. This is Adetoro. Adetoro is selling $100 for what? 150,000 naira. And me, I have $100. No, what am I saying? I want to buy dollars. So I have 150K. And Adetoro has what? Adetoro has, Abitimi has $100. So once I carry that money, I go pay who? I go pay Adetoro. And Adetoro is now meant to, why am I using the two names at the same time? I'm paying Timmy. So Timmy is meant to release this one to me. Meaning that everything we are doing, this guy here is seeing it. But guess what? I will send to Adetoro. Adetoro will say that he did not see the money, and within some few time, this guy will allow this guy to close the trade. Meaning that I did not get my money, but this transaction has been successful. So that's what is that going on Bybit. every time. So if you check very well, they will not they will call them out, call them out, call them out. Some of them they will refund, some of them they will fix it. But with time, Bybit will now get tired and now ban Timi. But guess what? You ban Timi, but Timi have already taken 150k from Counsellor, another 150k from another person, another money from other people, and then the site is now crazy. So now the job is you as a trader. How do you avoid and evade this? You have to do what? Using your Naira account. Guess what? If you do it there, that thing you're running away from here, Nigerian government will now do you. So what I suggest you do is keep all your monies in crypto. Keep all your monies in crypto. When they say your money is not your money till it hits your account, I understand. But now it cannot hit your account, because as it hits your Naira account, the government is already waiting for you, and you cannot lie about it. Your NIN is on your account, your BVN is on your account. It ties across everything. If you forget, I've worked in a bank sector for about 8 years, so I already know what it is. Once you can say that, yes, my BVN is not tied to my Access Bank. My BVN is not tied to my OPay. I have two numbers. I can switch this one. Is a lie. With your name alone, I can put it in a system in Zenith Bank, and I'll know all the accounts you have across this country. So you cannot evade tax. But how do you make it lesser? That's what I'll tell you this night. First off, store your money in a digital asset. Crypto, USDT, USDC. These are the coins that they cannot fluctuate. They are called stable coins for a reason. They are called stable coins for a reason. Why is it stable? It is stable because even if Bitcoin falls, this coin, your USDT is your USDT. But only thing that will change in it is probably the value, because it changes. Today, dollar is 1.5 something. USDT is 1.5 something. But tomorrow it can change. That doesn't mean that this thing remains the same, but the value can slightly drop or slightly increase. But today, BTC might be 100k and the next day is 80k. It means that it has dropped and the value has dropped too. But this stable coin is always stable. That's why it's called stable coin. So what do you now do? Keep your monies in a stable coin. So when you now want to spend money, you want to spend Naira, you want to buy a phone, you want to buy a property, you want to buy a car. Yes, this is fraudulent, but I'm giving you a way out. It is fraudulent. When you go to a car stand and tell them, I want to pay you in Bitcoin, I want to pay you USDT, do you collect? They tell you yes. What did you now do? You've already invaded. Once you pay that money, more than 10 million or 20 million, maybe $10K, $15K and stuff, it is fraudulent to Nigerian government, because that money has surpassed some limits that should at least pass a normal financial institution. That money has now passed should have passed a normal financial institution, meaning that money should have passed through a bank. But now you and your car dealer guy have struck a deal. I'll send you coin. Number one, that's the way to invade it. So if you're going out to shop, ask them, do you accept BTC? Do you accept crypto? If they say yes, good. Nothing concerns you and government. But if they say no, maybe you want to buy normal things, you want to stock up your house, you want to do some few things, you can now put that coin, that small money that you want, you can now sell it. You can use Bybit. But how do you use Bybit? Naira is currently floating 1.5 something for dollar. And then you enter Bybit, you can see person they sell them for 1.7. Hey, this rate is so fine, it's so sweet. you know deep down that the rate of this naira, this dollar, is 1580, is 1550. That is that range. Then somebody now tell you 17. You now say this person is okay, let me go and buy from that person. That's when they will scam you. So when you go to your Bybit, you see options that you highlight and then buy, only deal with verified users on the platform. Deal with verified users on the platform. I've sold coin before. The buyer will tell me, say, I should send my phone number, I should send my passport. Are you okay? Why are you asking me to send my passport? Why are you asking me to send my house address when you are not mad? So, as a trader, always watch out. Always watch out. Prop firms use crypto. They have sense. So don't do those things to enter trouble. Imagine that now you're a trader, you trade live account, and you want to fund your SNES. You can fund your SNES from crypto to your crypto wallet in your SNES and then to your trading account. You want to withdraw back, don't hit your naira immediately, make it bounce to your naira. Once it bounces to your naira, they've already recorded it. At the month end, you're paying 10%, 7% to 18, 20% safe in taxes. So imagine you're a small trader. Your account balance is $100. On Monday, you fund with your naira to your SNES. On Friday, you withdraw everything again to your naira. On Monday again, you fund again. The banking system is not checking, is it the same money you are dropping? No, they are checking the income and the outcome. It's called inflow and outflow. This thing is not trading related, I understand, but just calm down and follow me. It is called inflow and outflow. If you check your bank statement every month, you see 1 million. You could ask yourself, how did they spend this money? You did not spend the money. It's because you are just transferring out, transferring in, and they are all accumulating. So imagine at the end of the month, you are seeing 1 million. That's 20, almost 20% of 1 million is what? Do the math. You go see say you're now paying government how much? Almost 200k. And that 200k, you don't even make the profit for trading, just because you are funding and withdrawing, they're not charging 200k. Where you won't pay them from? When you pay 200k, it means that your capital is back to 800k. So imagine that week you didn't make any profit. Imagine that month you didn't make any profit. You are now paying broker, charging you commission, charging you swap fees, and now government taking 200k. So that is the reason why you should not be using your account to be funding again. Do it through the crypto route. Try open your account, understand these things, understand it. It is basic, but understand it. It will save you money. If you want to fund your account directly to your crypto, and then keep that money in crypto until you need to spend it in naira. I know it's good, make your balance dey pop, make it dey show millions. It is good, but now it's no longer good. First off, it will put you in danger if you are kidnapped, if your phone is stolen, if you are held at gunpoint. They are seeing your money, they are seeing your balance. But at least your crypto is at least safe a bit. So always know that. So how do you invest this? Fund through your crypto, withdraw through your crypto. The only time you put naira in your account is when you want to buy anything in naira. And but that means, it means that your naira account now will now drop in transactions. And once it drops in transactions, probably you'll be paying 20k, 30k, or 40k, or even 100k at the end of the month. That is now you stay in your house and be paying government. It is crazy, but that's the way about it. I never wanted to leave Nigeria because of tax, because traders outside the country, they are being taxed from their bum. My guys in Dubai, their expenses is almost 10k, 20k every month. That is enough for me to ball in Nigeria like mad. But now it's looking like somebody will now leave you people here, because it is crazy. It is really, really crazy. Tinubu is meaning us. Everybody go suffer. Everybody won't hear him. So I guess this is I explain this thing in the termest layman's understanding. So even if you not be, you know, go school, the way I explain this thing now, you go understand them well. You go understand them now. So quit doing, at least from now you can still enjoy till I think it's from next year. It's from next year. So now check your bank statement. Check of July. You see how many millions they do your bank statement, and you see your balance. Nothing there. And the government can't charge you again. So stop doing those, send money to my account. Nobody should come and use your account again to say, guy, I want to collect this transfer, I beg, give me your account. At the end of the month, they don't know the person wey use your account collect money. Now you they know. Now you they go tax. And if you don't pay your tax, they can arrest you. They can arrest you. So always know that. So it's already 9:47. If you have any question, you can drop it on the chat. If you have any question, you can drop it on the chat. And also, if you find value in tonight's session, you can also send value on the chat. You can also send value on the chat. Just give me value on the chat. So Mujib Craft said, no, I changed my account. Okay. And then the question is, so on which app are we gonna buy it? Since Bybit is the den of thieves. Like I said, it is the den of thieves does not mean there are not good people inside. It is a den of thieves does not mean that there are no good people inside. Nigeria is corrupt does not mean that they are bad. Everybody in Nigeria is corrupt. Our politicians are fucked up does not mean that everybody is fucked up. So, like I said, if you enter your Bybit, there's this place that said, let me check it. Hold on. I can't share my screen, I beg. I'm sorry. There's this place that if you go to P2P, there's this place that said filter. It shows filter. Filter in the sense that it will show you. Let me just send this thing to my Telegram channel. If you're in the channel now, is now on the channel. I dropped it there now. My Telegram channel for this live stream is there now. If you're looking at it now, you can see that. And that place, you are seeing show only verified advertisers. Show only verified advertisers. You check it, you click it. The second one, show only block advertisers, which means if you are buying in bulk, 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, that is bulk buyers. You can now click on that one. Then the next one is show only eligible ads, which means once someone tells you that something is eligible, it means that some are not eligible. So show only eligible ads. And then the last one, ads with no verification required. Of course, you don't need that nonsense, because if they're not verified, meaning they can scam you and they cannot be traced. Yes, it's a blockchain. Everybody is seeing everything that's happening, but you cannot see them. This is Nigeria. To track those things is much harder than anything. If your phone lost in this country, yes, iPhone has Find My Phone. How many times you don't see them? So it is crazy. You have to look out for yourself alone. So the next thing is, it is overall sorting, completed order number. If you go to your Bybit, all these things are there. If you go to your Bybit, all these things are there. Maybe one of these days, I will do the live on my phone and then tell you how to buy from Bybit from eligible vendors, people that will not scam you, from people that will not scam you. Or maybe we'll do it on our Telegram channel. I don't know. What do you think? Should we do it on YouTube here? Let me make a video on how to buy from Bybit from eligible buyers. And then I'll also make a video on how to use your crypto to fund your SNES and how to withdraw from SNES with crypto without the money touching your Naira account. So avoiding all those tax nonsense. So that is what I'll be doing. So if you now check all these filters, the next thing you now click is confirm. Once you confirm it, it means that you have confirmed that I want to buy from only eligible people. I want to buy from only this kind of people. So that way, you have already filtered all these scammers from your end. Are we good now? I believe that that is very, very self-explanatory. Are we good? Thank you very much, Yusuf, for the value. Nasiru, Next Gen. Your name rings a bell. Adetoro, you're welcome. Nasiru, Muhammad, Timi, Omo, God help us for this country. Yes, so but God cannot come down from heaven and come and help you. That is why you need what? You need information. You need information. You need education. So know these things very, very well. Please make a video, coach. No shaking. I'll do that probably next week. So, value. Thank you very, very much for coming on this journey. I really, really love doing this. I really love doing this. You guys are keeping me on my toes. I said I don't have strength for this, but then I'll do this. Thank God it's been a success. This is a journey that started like play. Started 1 month ago. So obviously today makes it 1 month that we started this, and we'll keep doing this till Jesus tarries. Anything. So no more questions, and we'll call it a night. So everybody that joined, thank you for joining. More grease to your iPhone, your phone, your Samsung, your data. And I believe that every week, week in, week out, I'll continue to share value. Week in, week out, I'll continue to share value. And also make sure to join us on Mondays for the analysis, so that you see the views of the market in my lens, so that you know the direction of the market for the week. And then on Monday, on Friday, we'll come back again to dissect the market as we saw it on Monday. So like that, you start doing these things yourself. It's not hard, but with time, you get better. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a great night rest, and then enjoy your weekend. Thank you.